Thank you, Cynthia. And congratulations to all the honorees. I see a lot of friends out there in the audience. This is a great gathering. Most sports gatherings are, and community gatherings. It's a privilege to be the one to be asked to acknowledge our coaches and mentors who in many ways are our community's unsung heroes and treasures. They inspire, they mentor while providing the tools necessary for our youth to strive and thrive in the very competitive world and changing world in which we live. Through sport, they teach life's most fundamental lessons: how to set goals, how to deal with setbacks, how to learn to win, how to work within a team setting, how to strive for excellence, how to build self-esteem and confidence, and how to play by the rules. I know firsthand how a coach can shape a life. My first coach was my father. He believed one of the best ways to raise our family of 4 children was to introduce us to sports. In this way, he could keep us focused, tired, and hungry, and out of trouble. His father had abandoned him when he was a young child. Growing up with his mother, he moved to 11 places. Participating in sports provided him with a foundation and crucial mentorship. Eventually, his athletic talent paid off in a way of a college scholarship at the University of California. There he earned All-American honors and Hall of Fame status in both football and rowing. And in 1940, he might have gone to the Olympics, but the war intervened. So when I demonstrated a talent for swimming, he and my mom made sure we sought out the best coach. My coach was George Haynes. He was named to the coaching staff for 7 Olympic Games, and his California team, the Santa Clara team of men and women, captured an overall total of 44 gold medals, 14 silver, and 10 bronze, all Olympic medals through his career, a record that stands today. George got the best out of us through clear and strict rules, goal setting, humor, innovation, and by example. He never phoned it in, and none of these coaches can. They got to be on the deck or the playing field every day. He never once raised his voice to me, nor did he embarrass anyone in front of the team. Truth is, I never thought when I stepped off the Olympic victory stand, my life's work would be anchored in sport. But then, how could I not want to share what I had experienced? Most athletes will tell you about their aha moment, that time when they sense their own destiny, when they fall in love with the talent. Mine came as a presented 10-year-old when I won my first blue ribbon in a girls' division during a recreational summer league meet. That took me into a full-time program. The next came in 1960 when, as a 13-year-old, I qualified for my first Olympic team and set my first world record. In preparing to march into the Rome Olympic Stadium's opening ceremony, however, I was feeling a little bit down. At a whopping 5 foot 1 inch and sopping wet 100 pounds, with my tall teammates towering over me, I was concerned I would not be able to witness the torchbearers' entry into the Olympic Stadium. These were the games of Muhammad Ali and Wilma Rudolph and Ralph Boston and John Thomas. And then all of a sudden, without a word, I could feel myself being lifted up and up and up onto the shoulders of a complete stranger. And it turned out one of the greatest male basketball players of all time, Walt Bellamy. And I had the best seat in the house. This one moment inspired 4 more years of hard training and a lifetime of devotion to the power of sport to transcend. Remember, this is 1960, so many incredible barriers. For the Olympics does offer a place for those seeking common ground, a place of peace and understanding. In closing, I trust all of you in this room will continue to protect safe and fair sport for all, especially for our girls and women, who over the past 50 years have flourished because of the passage of Title IX, that federal law that made it illegal to discriminate on the basis of sex and sex only. Passed in 1972, it made it possible for girls and women, unlike in my era, for the first time in history to participate in sports in our federally funded high schools and colleges and to gain university status. We must also, as we have done in our community, continue to find ways to accommodate our youth by providing affordable, accessible sports facilities and coaching options. Thank you for choosing to honor our community treasures, our coaches. And now I would like our coaches to come up and take their seats. Nick Cavataro, Pat Coleman, Sarah Hill, Katie Johnson, Steve Lapham, Terry Lowe, Bill Smith, Jim Stevens, Damien and Jeremy Vishno. And Angela Tammaro. Your names are on your seats. How are you? Okay. Please sit down. And when I say your name, I'd like you to stand while I read some of your achievements. These short introductions don't do justice, but everything's on the program. When I first moved to New York, from New York to Greenwich, I didn't know anybody. And I thought, what do? Well, I'll go find a Y in a swimming pool. I love the smell of chlorine, and I need to work out. And one of the first people I met was this man, Nick Cavataro, with a big smile. He said, come join our master's program. I said, no, I've done early mornings for so many years. Thank you very much. I'll try one workout, and that was it. But he welcomed me with a smile. And Nick is in his 46th season as a beloved head swim coach for the nationally ranked Dolphins of the YWCA Greenwich. Nick organizes the annual Town of Greenwich swim meet, engaging the YM, TW, and boys and girls clubs in friendly competition. And he also coaches swimming at Iona University, where he was hired in 1980 by the late Hall of Fame coach, Jim Valvano. As coach and mentor, Nick has seen many of his swimmers advance to programs at elite university and Olympic trials, and they've gone on to do great things in life. Nick? Okay.
Thank you.
Pat Coleman, please stand up. Pat Coleman has served as the president of the Greenwich Youth Lacrosse for 23 years and a coach for 27 years. A long-serving member of the executive board of the Connecticut-New York Youth Lacrosse Association, the U.S. City Lax Board of Directors, and as a Gold Star supporter of the Greenwich Boys and Girls Club, his influence on the lacrosse community and service to children through sports has again touched lives locally and nationally. Thank you, Pat. Sarah Hill, please stand up. Sarah Hill's 46 years at Sacred Heart Greenwich has spanned a variety of roles in athletics.
It's okay.
What did I do?
No, it's okay.
I know I'm not perfect, so correct me. Including athletic director, department chair, and coach of field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse. Sarah's passion for athletics led her to teaching and coaching, where she led Sacred Heart to regional, conference, and tournament champions, an FAA Sportsmanship Award recipient, a Sacred Heart honorary alum, and recipient of a Network Award for 45 years of service to Sacred Heart schools. Sarah's influence on hundreds of Sacred Heart continues today. Congratulations, Sarah. Thank you. They love you. Katie Johnson, please stand up. I'm going to go off script here because I know. Katie's parents are here, and I knew her dad before he was a dad and before he married her mom. He was one of the Baby Bulls Giants and a Redskin player, Steve Thurlow. Steve, you're here, and I heard all about your daughter, and we used to argue about Title IX, and the first person I heard you brag about with all your children was your daughter, Katie Johnson. Katie was in New York, but she returned here to coach lacrosse in her hometown, where she has dedicated over a decade to Greenwich Academy, Brunswick, and Greenwich youth lacrosse programs. She led the Greenwich Academy team to a top 25 national ranking and has impacted students' lives on and off the field, guiding them to advance to top schools. As a student, coach, and parent, Katie consistently models the Academy motto toward the building of character. Katie Johnson. Yeah. Steve Lapham, will you please stand up? Thank you. Steve served the Greenwich Public Schools for 33 years, serving as teacher and head coach for boys rugby and girls volleyball teams, with a combined 55 seasons of leadership. Steve was a 4-time Conference Coach of the Year and has been inducted in the Rugby Connecticut Hall of Fame, Greenwich High School Rugby Hall of Fame, and New York Haven's Men's Rugby Hall of Fame. And of course, you all know rugby is in the Olympics. So, Steve, congratulations. Terry Lowe, please stand up. Well, when we moved to Greenwich, and I didn't know whether our son, John David, was going to swim or not, and when he decided to swim, I said, this kid must be coached by Terry Lowe. A master with youth, he turns young boys into men through the years that he's coached with them. For over 5 decades, Terry Lowe has served as coach and mentor, creating an outstanding aquatics program at Greenwich High School. For 55 seasons as Greenwich High School boys swim coach, and as a founder and 44-season coach of the boys water polo team, he won over 150 state and county titles and tournaments. Terry has been honored as the National High School Coaches Association Swimming Coach of the Year, as a member of the State Coaches Hall of Fame, and received the Fairfield County President's Honor Award for Service and Coaching Excellence. Terry. Bill Smith, please stand up. Bill is at the very foundation of the growth of water polo sports in Greenwich. A water polo player and parent, Bill has coached water polo at Greenwich High School, Brunswick School, Greenwich Academy, Greenwich Country Day School, Greenwich Youth Water Polo, Greenwich YMCA, and USA Water Polo, and he owns his own company with his wife. I don't know how he does all this. He's taught thousands of kids to love the sport and achieve at the highest levels. Both his children went to Stanford and played water polo. He is currently the chairman of the board of USA Water Polo and one of the top-ranking sports officials in Olympic sports in the United States. And he was a recent president of United States Aquatic Sports and the chief spokesman for Aquatics in the U.S. Thank you, Bill. Oh, you want me to look good?
She always looks good.
Thank you. Jim Stevens, will you please stand up? Jim Stevens is one of America's most decorated high school coaches. During his 35-year tenure as head coach of the varsity high school squash team at Brunswick, the Bruins won 18 New England Interscholastic Squash Association championships and led the Bruins to 5 national championships. Jim's achievements have been recognized locally and nationally. He was honored with the U.S. Squash National Coach of the Year Award and the Greenwich Leadership Forum's Lifetime Leadership Award. Congratulations. And tonight we also honor 2 Lifetime Achievement honorees. Sadly, we lost one of them. He was a wonderful teacher, Greenwich Country Day, in sports but in life. And accepting on behalf of the late Jack Jepson are his 2 stepsons, Damien and Jeremy Vishno. Please stand up. In his 41 years at Greenwich Country Day School, Jack Jepson served as a history teacher, football and wrestling coach, director of athletics, director of placement, and advisor to countless students, athletes, faculty, and staff, colleagues, parents, trustees, and heads of schools. Jack was a larger-than-life figure on the football field and wrestling mat. Revered for his intellect, energy, his personal and athletic standards, he was fond of knowledge, humor, and warmth and devotion. He challenged athletes to find what was the finest in themselves and to strive for greatness. Although he lost his courageous battle and he fought really hard of cancer in the August of 2021, Jack's legacy and lessons will live on with his athletes, including my 2 children, well into their adult lives. Country Day has been powerfully and positively shaped by his influence. Would his stepsons please come up and be recognized? Angela Tammaro, would you please stand up? I don't know. What a biography, and it's not all of it. Angela has dedicated her life and career to youth sports for over 40 years as Greenwich Academy's athletic director, coach, mentor, to hundreds of girls. Angela, affectionately known to students and colleagues as Miss T, or Tammy, joined Greenwich Academy in 1965 and served as the school's athletic director through 2012, becoming one of the most successful high school coaches in the nation. A recipient of the National Field Hockey Coach of the Year Award and as a member of the National Field Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame, she accumulated, listen to this, 746 field hockey victories. I'm not done. 700 lacrosse wins and over 200 basketball wins. Greenwich Academy teams won numerous conference and regional titles, an unbelievable 34 field hockey titles, and 34 lacrosse titles. Angela's particular gift was in teaching the life lessons we know that come with playing a team sport. She's focused on transforming a diverse group of individuals into a cohesive and high-performing team. Her impact on women's sports has been felt by hundreds of athletes, parents, and coaches. Thank you, Angela, and congratulations. Would all the honorees stand up, and we're going to do a group photo, and I want to thank you all for your patience and for your support. Enjoy the evening. How do we speak them? Can I ring in with the line women?
Yes. Get to the other side. He's in the picture. Yeah, you should get in the picture on that side.
You want me on?
Yeah,
Where
all
do
the
you
way
want
on
me?
that side.
Can I get in here?
Yeah, no, you stay in. You stay.
Do you want to get in?
Yeah, we're gonna get in. Diane.